John, hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Danny, your video's off.
What? But I can see you. You look good.
But I can't see you. You need to find the video icon and click on it.
Where's that?
Same place it was the last two times we met, down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. There, is that it?
Yes, I can see you now. Hello.
Sorry about that. Annie usually helps me with that.
Where are you, Danny?
I'm in the house. Why?
Why are you wearing a mask?
Oh, I was thinking meeting, so I put on the mask. But I guess I don't really need it since this is a video meeting, right? Duh. So everything is set up, right?
Are you gonna wear the mask anyway?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So there, okay. Good to see us. Come on, tell me. Is it a go?
Of course. 100% we are green for takeoff, big guy.
Awesome. This is very exciting.
That's what they all say.
What they all say? You've done this before.
You thought you were the first?
Well, I guess sort of. I mean, how many others?
Only a few others. Not many.
Not many. I guess that's okay. And that's just in the Gulf.
The Gulf of Mexico is the only place with micropods right now.
You mean on the planet? The only place on the planet?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes. Now all we have left is the authorization for the transfer of funds, and then you will be a proud owner of your very own deep-water micropod.
Is deep water really part of the name?
Well, it's just descriptive, since they operate in deep water.
Because the Deepwater Horizon blew up,
Yes, I know. It was like 11 years ago last week or something. But the good thing about these is if they blow up, nobody gets killed, except maybe a few fish.
Do they blow up a lot?
No, sir. None yet.
Good. That's good.
Although they do operate similar to the big rigs. They basically hover in the water, on the surface of the water, with a drill line that goes down to the seafloor and drills into one of the reservoirs that our company harvests. Sometimes several miles total through the water and the rock.
Wow, that's awesome.
A lot of it is automated, but they can be human-guided too, sort of like a drone, only it's a miniature floating oil rig.
And all the oil it extracts is made into gas exclusively for me, right?
Yes, sir, that's why it's called a pod.
Yes, I remember that. A personal oil driller.
It's all in the contract. Now, you did read the contract, didn't you, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, well, I had Annie go through it. But I just like to reaffirm the main details orally, It just makes me feel better. This is all legal, right?
Micropodding is frowned upon by the DOJ, but it's not illegal. As a business model, it's kind of in an experimental phase.
It's a lot of money.
Yes, it is a lot of money, so I want you to feel comfortable.
No, I haven't spent this much money since I bought the Magnuson Diamond last year.
A diamond? You bought a diamond?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yes, please.
Oh, check it out.
Wow. It kind of looks like a rock.
I know it does, doesn't it? It's a raw diamond. I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for this baby, but it was a lot. It's the 23rd largest raw diamond in the world at present time.
Wow. It's very nice, Danny. But our transaction today is also a lot of money. So if it's okay with you, sir, shall we move ahead?
Sure. No worries.
Okay. So as we agreed, I spoke to your bank in the Cayman Islands just before this, and they're waiting on your call for verbal authorization of the transfer.
Okay. I've got them on speed dial. Whoop. Yes, hello. This is Danny Ghosh. I'm calling to authorize a funds transfer that was set up for me. Yes, sure. They put me on hold. Oh, hello. Yes, that was quick. Yes, hello, Arthur. Nice to meet you. Yes, that's right. Daniel Dragosh. Hold on. All right. That's 178-221-801-220. Mr. Peaches. August 11. The Chihuahua. Red. 6 inches. Hold on a minute. Let's see, that is S918MADEINVIETNAM, and then it says bubblegum. Excellent. Yes, transfer the whole amount. No, the pleasure's been mine. Have a nice day, Arthur. Bye-bye. Okay, there we are.
Excellent. Well, as soon as we get word that the transfer is complete, the well is yours, Danny.
That's wonderful. You said there was a device you'd give me to get my gas.
Yes, I sent it to you. Didn't you get it?
Is this the thing? Annie said this came in the mail for me. It doesn't look like much.
It's just an RFID chip in protective housing. You keep it in your car, or you can keep it with you if you want to drive different cars. And when you pull up to the pumps at one of our stations, it recognizes you, and an internal switch connects the pump to gas from your own personal reservoir.
Anywhere in the world, right?
That's right. There will be one full tank of gas refined from your very own pod waiting for you at any of our stations anywhere in the world.
Beautiful. Wow, this is great. I can't wait to tell Annie.
I thought you said Annie already read the contract.
Yeah, but you didn't think I'd go through with it. Well, she's going to be eating crow now. Beep. Beep, beep. I think it should have a button. It should beep, don't you think? Beep. And he's going to flip out. Surprise! Check it out. I've got my own oil rig, sweetie. Beep. John, it's been great doing business with you. Wait a minute. What's it called?
What do you mean?
The pod doesn't have a name.
Well, sir, it's yours now. You can name it anything you want.
I want to name it after my mother, Lily. Lilly.
You don't want to name it after your wife?
What? No. I don't think so. I mean, Annie's lovely, and I love her dearly, don't get me wrong, but I don't think she would have married me except for my money. But it works for me. My mother, on the other hand, loved me for who I really am, I think. And she left me an awful lot of money. Thanks to her, I've never had to work a day in my life.
I see. Hold on. Looks good. We don't have a Lily yet, so your pod will be known as the Deepwater Lily.
The Deepwater Lily? That's great. That's wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, John.
The pleasure's been mine. We'll be sending you pictures of the Deepwater Lily pod once she's online. And when your own personal refined gas is available, you'll be the first to know.
So are we done here?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Bye-bye, John. Talk to you soon.
Hello. Yes, hi. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll see you in a sec. Yes, the link is the same as before. I'll open a meeting.
Hello, John.
Hi, Annie. It's good to see you again.
Well, how did it go?
Perfectly smoothly, just like you said.
Great. And the money transfer went okay?
Everything went great. He'll get a confirmation from his account, and you should get one from your account, too.
Good. Good. So then I'll transfer your fee to your account sometime tomorrow.
That sounds good.
So I don't know if you saw this, but apparently personal oil pods might actually be under development.
I've not seen that, no.
You might be put out of business by the real thing, John.
I'll have to look into that, I guess. Who could have predicted that?
Listen, I'm glad everything went well, but I'm going to have to run soon. I told Danny I would make something for him to eat in a little while.
Are you both in the house together?
Yes, but he never comes over to this part of the house, so don't worry. It's been a real pleasure doing business with you, John. You're a real professional.
No. The pleasure has been mine. Perhaps we could do it again sometime on something other than personal oil pods, I guess.
I can't really use the same person more than once. Of course, he would figure that out.
And you've done this before.
Well, not many times.
Not many.
Whenever I need a little extra spending money. Did he show you that stupid rock he carries around?
The diamond? Yeah.
It's not a diamond. It's a rock. An actual rock. I got a pretty penny out of him for that one last year, but if I'd known that he was going to whip it out all the time and show it to everybody, I never would have done it. It's downright embarrassing. Well, so long, John. Nice working with you.
Annie.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might, if you might like to have dinner with me sometime.
John, I am flattered, but I'm a married woman. You know that. But really, why in the world would I risk my relationship with Danny to meet up socially with you?
I'm sorry. I just made an assumption and it was a mistake.
You assumed I'm with Danny only for his money? Well, I am only with him for his money, but I love him. I just love him because he's rich.
But wealth isn't a personality trait.
But of course it is, John. It is more than that. It's a psychological trait. It's biological. It's an evolutionary advantage. Because anyone who's not rich is toast, John. The poor are being systematically eliminated. Look at Danny. He's gotten richer this year, even with everything going on, a lot richer. The system has been set up for that. Things like weakening the unions and weakening the government, strengthening the stock market. None of that benefits people like you, John. It benefits Danny and it benefits me. But anyone who is not wealthy is going to, smolder on the scorched earth that's left over. Sorry.
Okay. And you're okay with that?
Oh, it makes no difference whether I'm okay with that or not. It is what it is. It's the world that we've made. I'm just making sure I stay on the right side of the equation, because the other side is genocide. Plain and simple. You have to admit it's quite effective. Social evolution. Darwin detested the idea probably because he knew where it led. I'm sorry that someone has to perish so that I can live the way that I want to. Well, actually, several people have to suffer or die, but there is not much that I can do about it. It's the way things are. It's part of the sixth extinction.
The sixth extinction?
Yes. They say the Earth has gone through 5 major extinctions since life began. You know, periods where a huge percentage of the world's species died off. And that right now we're entering the sixth extinction. They just don't mention that the sixth extinction includes poor people. Well, really anyone who's not rich. Perhaps even people like you, John. Sorry for the bad news.
But if you kill off all the people who are not rich...
Oh, wait.
then...
Nobody's killing off anyone. It's just that conditions are becoming such that anyone who's not rich will die of starvation or drought, a pandemic, or an overdose, gun violence, fire, hurricane, pollution, lack of health care, diaspora, unemployment, mental illness, suicide. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but not killing. Nobody is directly killing off anyone. Well, except maybe for the gun people.
Kind of a technicality, if you ask me.
Maybe, but an important one.
So if this really happens,
it's
then...
not an if, John. It is happening.
But then who's going to make your food or grow your food for you or make your coffee or clean your clothes or clean your house or whatever, any of that?
John, you're so funny sometimes. That's what artificial intelligence and robots are for. Silly. It's just the next step in evolution. Anyway, sorry for the long-winded answer, but that's why I won't have dinner with you sometime. But I really mean it when I say it. It was nice working with you.
Yes, it was nice working with you too, Amy.
Okay, bye-bye. And good luck.
Wow, okay. I guess I don't need this on anymore. Whoa!
Hey, John.
Danny? What's going on? Why did you come back? How did you come back?
Actually, I don't think I ever left. I don't think you ended our meeting before you started your other one. You know you can host 2 meetings at once on this thing, even more if you pay. I hear you talking. I didn't want to interrupt, so I just waited until it sounded like you were done.
So you were... Oh, Danny, I am so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm truly sorry. I didn't...
Hey, no worries. It's no big deal. It was only a few minutes. I felt like a spy. Listen, I only wanted to tell you that the transfer went through. I got confirmation from the bank while you were in your other meeting. That's all. I just didn't want you to worry. Now, since you're the host of this meeting, I think you're the one who has to turn it off for it to go off completely. Don't forget to do that this time. Bye-bye, John.
Okay. Calm down. How is it even possible? Is anybody else out there? Okay, how do I turn this thing off?
Okay, I'd like to present a new hypothesis that... No, that's trash. No. I've been doing some experiments recently that I think Ooh. That I am sure. Come on, people. Can no one tell time?
Why is no one here?
Hi, Andrea.
This is bullcrap. The people in this lab have no professionalism. And where's Berger? He said he would be here.
Have you seen Dr. Berger today?
Am I the only one that takes this seriously? I feel like I'm talking to myself half the time. This is such a total waste.
Bye, Andrea.
Oh. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Sam.
Where is everybody?
I don't know. I've been here about 5 minutes. Andrea was here briefly.
Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You're 5 minutes late.
But I'm here before anybody else.
Except Andrea.
But she's not here now, so that sort of makes me early.
That's an interesting perspective.
I hope I didn't mess you up.
What are you talking about? Did you give people the wrong meeting ID or something?
No, I mean last night.
Sam, this may not be the place to talk about it.
Oh, nobody's here yet. Don't worry. I won't say anything once other people log on. We'll hear their ding when they come in, ding.
It still feels a little risky.
Sort of like what we did on the balcony.
Stop it.
Nobody's here, Allie.
They'll be here any minute now, and I have to concentrate on our presentation.
Not on our mutual love of the outdoors.
Sam, stop.
Okay, fine.
Fine.
So, tell me about the experiment.
Which one? I'm going to be talking about 2 months of work in this lab meeting.
The one that you had to go back to the lab for last night.
That one. Yeah, well, that one didn't work.
That's too bad. What happened?
Well, I got back to the lab too late. The cells had overgrown.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's probably my fault, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's totally your fault. I mean, I know how to tell time.
Yeah, you've got good timing, that's for sure.
So is today bad double entendre day?
I think it is. I think that's a normal, fetish.
What, bad double entendres?
Love of the outdoors, of which balcony acrobatics is a subset.
Sam, I told you this isn't the time or place. I don't care if nobody's here yet. This is a lab meeting, not a private place. I'm beginning to think this was a bad idea.
What, the lab meeting?
No, last night.
What do you mean?
I mean, if we're going to be working in the same lab together for the next who knows how many years, I don't know if it's really a good idea for us to have, hooked up. It's bound to blow up somehow.
Well, that's kind of a negative attitude.
You're the one bringing it on. This is our group meeting. I spent a week making figures for this, and it would be a significantly better presentation if the experiment I was supposed to finish last night had worked. But you can't stop acting unprofessionally and talking about, you know what?
Sex on the balcony.
Sam, stop it.
I'm okay. I'm sorry. Whew. Tell me about your experiments.
No.
Yes, come on.
No.
Yes, it's good practice. Tell me until people get here.
No.
Okay, fine. Sulu, you have the comm.
When cells begin to differentiate into neurons, brain cells, there's a cascade of intracellular signals that turn on all the right genes. But differentiating cells right at that moment also respond to signals from outside, from their environment.
I know all this. I work in this lab too.
It's my intro. Are you going to shut up and listen?
Sorry. I yield to science.
We know many molecules that stop differentiation. Molecules we can add to cells that are detected by cells and which cause them to stop turning into brain cells. This has been the focus of our lab for over a decade. But what we haven't known is why. Why do those molecules stop the cells from differentiating? My experiment suggests that one reason may be that the cells perceive some of those molecules as a threat, indicative of a threat, and they stop differentiating to fight that threat. And I believe this is because I found that by actually physically stimulating the cells, I can get them to respond in the same way.
You get them to stop differentiating?
Yes.
Is this the experiment you wouldn't tell me about? The one you said was kind of crazy?
Yes.
Wow. How do you physically stimulate the cells?
I poke them with a needle.
Seriously? You poke them?
Yes. And I think it distracts them. I think they are focused on differentiating into brain cells. I mean, from a gene expression point of view, I don't believe they have consciousness or anything, but then they get distracted by this perceived threat. Any slight damage from the needle is quickly repaired. It doesn't really harm the cells, but it stops their differentiation.
And this was the experiment that you were working on last night?
Yes, we're trying to get replicates of it. You have to distract them in the right time window or it doesn't work, right at the beginning of differentiation.
This is big. This is really big. If true, this is a whole new pathway.
I know. And that's what scares me.
How did you come up with this?
I don't know, lots of little hints in all of our data, experimental timings that didn't make sense. It's kind of like we've all been missing it. It's there in everyone's data.
This makes my project seem kind of lame in comparison.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I caused you to miss your time point.
You distracted me.
What?
You distracted me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to get my PhD. I'm trying to become a good scientist, and last night you distracted me.
Yeah, and I'm really sorry about that, but I mean, I had a great time. I hope you did too, but I didn't know what was going on with your project.
No, what I'm trying to say is, what if I'm just like the cells? You distracted me and my science got derailed.
That's a little bit harsh. I mean, it was only one night.
3.
What?
3 nights. It's just last night is when we decided to make it physical. And before that, lunches and coffees.
Yes,
and
yes, you're right. I'm sorry, but Allie, still, listen. We all really identify with our work, but you are not a cultured cell.
I'm a bunch of cells.
You don't have to become the work, Allie.
They're human nerve cells. Genetically, they're almost identical to me.
You know, Dr. Berger once told me he didn't really have any close friends. Only colleagues. He said that the only thing that mattered to him, the only thing that really interested him was the work.
I think that could happen to me.
It doesn't have to.
Is it necessarily a bad thing? What if it makes me a better scientist?
Well, it should at least be a choice, not something that just happens.
If I just let it happen, that's also a choice. I'm sorry, Sam. I just haven't been getting a lot of sleep. These experiments take a long time. I just think that maybe I shouldn't be distracted right now.
Or maybe you just need better time management.
Maybe you need better brain to mouth management.
I seem to keep having to say, I'm sorry.
Me too. I just think that I may have to remove the distraction, Sam.
So that you can study the cellular distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, Berger just texted and postponed the lab meeting until tomorrow.
Great. Yeah, I got it too. And he doesn't even say why, which is typical. Well, thank you for showing up, Sam. And last night was nice.
What are you doing here?
Well, we were waiting for the lab meeting.
The lab meeting was canceled. Why are you still here?
It was canceled like 12 seconds ago, Andrea.
I have a private meeting with Robert in a few minutes.
Robert? Do you mean Dr. Berger?
And by the way, Allie, your middle of the night mess is still in the sink in lab.
I'm sorry, I was kind of distracted with today's meeting and all.
Well, there's no lab meeting now.
Yes, like Sam said, we just found out.
So your mess will be cleaned up soon then, right?
Yes, sure, Andrea.
Are you two gonna log off now?
Could we have like 2 more minutes?
Oh, this is such bullcrap. You have 2 minutes.
Well, that was nice.
Hurricane Andrea. Was she wearing like a lot of makeup? And what was with that top?
I wonder what her meeting with Burger is about.
Okay, this is kind of freaking me out. But hey, anyway, the lab meeting is canceled, so now you can do your experiment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I guess that's the bright side.
Are the cells already growing?
Yeah.
Do you think the cells can go back to differentiating into brain cells after the distraction?
How do you mean?
I mean, does the distraction permanently derail them so that they can never become brain cells? Or do you think it's just temporary and that after a while they go back to becoming brain cells again?
I don't know. I've never watched them for that long. But it's definitely a doable experiment. Yeah, I could set that up. Maybe it's just temporary. Maybe they can be physically distracted and still go on to do what they're supposed to do. Maybe it just slows them down a little. Maybe they can do both.
My project sucks.
No, you've got a good hypothesis. You'll get the data.
Sure, I guess. Listen, hypothetically, would you want to come over again tonight?
Sam,
I would really like it if you did.
I've got to do my experiment.
You could come over after. You could do both.
Ah, just like my cells, huh? Is that where you're going with this?
It's your hypothesis.
Actually, it's kind of both of ours. It would be like 3 a.m.
That's okay with me.
I don't know, Sam. And now we've got the lab meeting rescheduled for tomorrow.
So you think a single cell can be both temporarily distracted and go on to do its job and differentiate into a brain cell, but you're worried you can't?
Well, there's no evidence for either hypothesis.
But you're going to test one of them.
They're both testable, but the timing has got to be right.
Okay. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
One way or another.
What does that mean?
3 o'clock in the morning is also tomorrow.
So it is.
You see, I really do know how to tell time. I've got to go set up my experiments now. Bye, Sam.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Okay, good. And stay away, children. The adults need to talk. Robert, I'm in the Zoom room now. I'm waiting for you. Robert, I have something I want to ask you. Robert, I have something I want to tell you. Ugh. Robert, please, comma, I need to talk to you, period. Delete. Robert, we have to. Robert, I want. Robert, I want to change projects. I have a hypothesis, and I want to test it. Something is affecting the timing of the differentiation of our cells. I don't know what it is. Time of day, the different containers, physical manipulation or physical stimulation. I don't know. But it's there in everyone's data. Unsurprisingly, no one else in this lab has noticed it. I want to try to investigate this. He's gonna think this is crazy. Oh, this shouldn't be so hard. What? You have got to be kidding me. Robert, comma, first you're late and now you cancel. Unbelievable, comma. That is both rude and unprofessional, exclamation point. Delete. Robert, let me know when we can reschedule. Period. This is such bullcrap.